Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. It's another Thursday night live stream. My name is Georgiana Haynes. Thank you guys all for joining me. So good to have you guys here every night, 8 p.m. weekdays. Tonight's going to be a different thing. I feel like I always start with tonight's going to be something different. Every day is something different, but that's what keeps it interesting. But tonight I've got a special sort of response to a question that I actually receive quite often. You guys might have been around for I've been doing YouTube for a while, but I started out on Facebook, and over the years I've sort of transitioned from doing Facebook lives to YouTube lives. I also blog and do a lot of Instagram, sending one question very often, and that is, what do you use? What does your setup look like? What products do you use? What camera do you use? I think that is probably the question that I get the most. What camera do you use? And at first, I'll be honest with you, I started off just with my cell phone camera, recording lives, taking pictures for my blog, and then I expanded to a webcam, and now I also have a DSLR. So today I am actually going to show you all of that stuff. So, oh good, Milagros is here. Milagros actually asked this question in the first stream last week Tuesday when I did my first live. One of the things that she asked for was a video of my recording setup. So Millie, I got you. Today I'm going to be showing you that behind the scenes look at my recording setup. But for everyone else, if you're watching and you're wondering, you know, how do I do anything, feel free to let me know. Send me your questions. I want to answer them. You can find me, first of all of my links are in the description box below, but you can find me at Georgiana +live at bossladies.com. Just click on the link below, send me an email, and you can send me all of your questions. Feel free to also message me here in Facebook. I can answer that way. So if it's not a question that I can answer, you know, one-off live here in the stream, feel free to just send me a message and I'll be happy to answer. So why don't we check in? Who do we have with us here live? Shout out to Linda. Welcome, Linda. Thank you for joining us. So good to have you here. Milagros, shout out as always. So good to have you join me. Tracy says she finally caught me live. Yay! Welcome to live, Tracy. Yay, Millie. So I can't wait to get that to you. I just want to check the date because you guys know we have to do our special celebrations here in the chat, and I want to make sure that today I don't miss anybody. We've been celebrating our birthdays, so if you haven't already, please, when you go to your account on avon.com, in the top right hand corner under my account, you can add your birthday. So I've been reminding everyone, we've been doing birthday shout outs here on the live stream, but I can only do them if I know when your birthday is. So the easiest way to notify me of what day is your birthday so that we could do our live shout outs with you is by just adding that birthday to your account in the description box. I do have to get like a video clip or image together showing you guys where to find that. I will do that. So without further ado, I'm going to do a little flashback back in time because I figured if I tried to do this live tonight at night, you wouldn't be able to see anything. And because I'm recording with everything, you wouldn't be able to see everything. So we're going to take a little trip back in time to earlier today where I walk you through my whole video setup, but I'm still going to be here. So if you have questions about anything, feel free to hit me up in the chat so that I can answer. But why don't we go ahead and flip on over. All right, here we are. Welcome to my room. So today I'm going to be doing a room tour / YouTube setup. So I'll give you a basic walkthrough. This is where it all begins. This is where I hang out. This is where I do my trainings and recordings. Most of this you've probably seen, probably this half, like this little area right here. White background to take photos. When I take my outfit of the day photos, my little backdrop, whenever I'm pointing to the new Equinox, the products that I'm using and testing, those living right here. So when I'm pointing and saying, you guys can't see that thing that I'm pointing to, this is what I'm talking about. I also sometimes use this area to take photos of my products. This is where all the products that I'm using lives. All of my day creams and night creams and face creams and cleansers, the whole nine. products, makeup, a little bit of everything, more makeup, jewelry. This little corner is like my craft corner. I keep all of my yarns and threads, my spools, my cutting tools, materials and supplies. This is my Brother Scan and Cut, which I use when I'm making my Boss Agenda planner. So that's this guy here. But I'll usually just like lift off this basket with all of my yarns and use this area as a flat surface to do my cutting. Handbags, hats. This is actually an air conditioning cover. I used to hang all of my hats just like sort of decorative. If you see some of my old images, you'll see I used to have like 3 hats, but that hook broke and I just haven't gotten around to fixing it. But I thought it was like an interesting way to repurpose something that's typically just something ugly. I also used to have my handbags hanging from hooks here at the bottom. Used to be, my purses are always so heavy, it totally I used to hang all of my hats just so like, that's sort of decorative. You know, if you see some of my old images, why don't we get to the good stuff, the stuff that you guys want to see. So this is where all of the work happens. My recording, my live streams, my customer follow-up, my team training, all happens in this area here. So I also used to have my handbags. Guess we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. That is my printer slash scanner. I have it under the bottom on wheels so I could pull it out when I need to do stuff, but I just kind of have it either there because it's huge and I didn't want this giant thing on my desk. But I did end up with a huge printer on my desk. This is my laser printer. I use this when I'm doing gold foil. So this guy did end up living up here for no good reason, but that's just where it is. These are my papers, mostly my planners. This is my current planner that I'm working on that you guys have seen. These are past planners, other journals that I'm working on, postcards that I mail out to my customers and my teammates. All the stuff that I just want to be able to grab quickly and work on lives there. And then cameras. So this is my computer. It is about, I think it's maybe a 16 to 20 inch screen. I love it because I got it when I was drafting, so I can do like my AutoCAD stuff on it. It's nice to have a big screen, but it also comes in handy for filming because I'll tend to have like a split screen where I'll record stuff here and then watch the live on the right hand side. But the question that you guys ask me a lot about are my cameras and what tools that I use. So why don't we get into that? Ignore the gaming controller. I game occasionally, so that lives there. But this camera here is my Logitech 920, I believe, 1080p camera. This is my webcam that I use for most of my live streams. Recently, it's become the backup camera because the current camera, which I'll show you in a minute, but I'm currently filming on it, sort of failed me. But usually I'll place like, I'll have my products here. So when you see me kind of cut to the side view to do demonstrations, I'll have the products here, and then I'll have this camera just pointing just to those products so that you can see what I'm talking about up close. So that is on this tripod mount. I'll give a link to it, but I believe I got all of this stuff on Amazon. But this tripod I love because, as you can see, you can not only adjust the height of the tripod, but you can get like this little arm that you can either extend out this way. So when I'm doing my shots of either my planner, my Plan With Me videos, or if I want to do a flat lay picture, I can use this arm. You can also put it vertically if you want the height, but I tend to just keep it this way so that I can use it as a swivel arm like this, whether I'm recording on it for myself or if I just want to focus on some product shots. But I usually, I'll use this tripod for either my video or my photo camera, but I think this is the most versatile tripod that I have. I love it. Behind, you'll see, first of all, I'm set up in a window, so it's really helpful if you're setting up your video recording area. If you can, try to set up in a window. I had to I had to gun for this window, but it's good because it doesn't have direct sunlight. So you can see, like, now it's mid-afternoon. I didn't want that sun coming directly in, so having your window on a side that doesn't have direct sunlight is good. You'll always just get even light. But I also have my ring light. My ring light used to live on this tripod right here, but I recently just started to just prop it up in the window, so you can see it's really just leaning in the window like this. So I just reached to the side, turn it on. This is a newer ring light with the adjustable light, so you can make it really bright, or you could kind of dim it down a little bit. but it is super bright and it causes trouble. But it's great for in the night because it does give you even light. So this tripod, I believe it's like an Amazon Basics tripod. This tripod, it was the first tripod that I had. Super good, totally great for basics. You have basically vertical adjustment. My legs are never even because I do have a radiator in front of my window. So I tend to just prop that back leg up in the radio and then let the other two legs stand. But the great thing about this tripod is that it is actually pretty lightweight, you know, versatile. I've used the arm to like hang my ring light. If I want to mount my camera, you can also get the adapter so that you can mount the ring light and the camera. But I just found it easier to hang my ring light here and then mount my camera here. So the camera that I have in my hand is actually the camera that I do have here. The annoying thing about this is that you can't really adjust the angle. It's basically just up and down. You can maximize. I do like that it can go really, really tall. So if I want to get a view of something that is sort of in need of something higher, you can. It also has these little clips, so it makes it easy, especially if you're working one-handed, to extend the legs. There we go. So you can just clip these in and then it stands when it's working. So I like that it's easy to just clip and unclip. The other camera tripod here, it has one of these systems where you have to kind of screw it on and screw it off. So it's good because you can detach these legs. So like, it's nice that that camera mount is very versatile, but if you just want something that you can set up and bring down easily, this is the guy. And it is, like I said, just the Amazon Basics camera mount. This is the one that I usually bring with me in the field if I'm taking outfit photos. As I said, if I need it to be taller, if I want to do like a shot from above, I can increase the height this way, but you can't take this out. So if you want like a vertical image, if you want to just take an image pointing down, it kind of sucks for that, but it's great for if you want to just take pictures of something looking this way or almost down. But if you're looking for a 90-degree, you're just not going to get that. So you can, you know, tilt it like this, which it's great at, but you can't, you'll never really get that like 90, that vertical image, because it does tilt that way, but the legs are always in the way. So it always causes a problem. When your camera is mounted like this, you'll always end up getting your legs in the way. So that's why I ended up buying the other camera mount. So like I said, this tripod lives behind here. So I basically put my camera back there in between my ring light and then record myself sitting in front, usually over here in this area, so that you get that I can see myself in the camera, and I can also watch what's happening here in the comments, answer your questions, converse with you, manage everything. And it's nice to just have it in line, so it's easier to swing my eyes like this as opposed to left and right, which is what I used to have in my old setup. Now the other camera I use is this Canon EOS M50. So this is a camera that I actually just bought this year, and I use it with this lens. This is a 18mm to 55mm lens. It's basically like your standard kit lens. I do have the Nifty 50, which is a 50mm lens. This guy right here. This one I tend to use if I am doing like portraits, or if I'm going to be doing a still video. It gives you a nice blurry background, but I found that I tend to just use this lens more often. And it is adjustable, so you can adjust it anywhere from between 18 and 55mm. But that's the lens I use the most when I'm recording, because I can, it just kind of gives me more versatility. So this is the camera that normally ends up on this tripod here. So that kind of sits here in between my ring light. And a couple of things that really help me out when I'm recording that I'll share. First and foremost, I didn't realize this for quite some time. I actually learned because I was watching another YouTuber and they were sharing, one of the things that always happens to me is that my battery dies. So what you can get are these batteries, which are plug-in. It's not a real battery, it's actually just like a plastic case, so that you can take out the old battery, or the battery that comes with the camera, Like this is like a real battery. It has weight to it, and you could pop in this kind of like battery replacement. So instead of having to be concerned, like especially when I'm doing longer recordings or live streams, it comes in handy to have this battery because I can plug it in and never have to worry about the battery dying or running out on me again. I can just remove this little rubber stopper and take the power outlet. It's connected to like a USB cable. These guys, so you can kind of just plug it in there, and once that's plugged in, you can have continuous power without your battery ever dying on you. So that's a super helpful tool when you're live streaming for an hour or two. It comes in handy to just have that plugged in so that you can always have power while you're recording. The other thing that I use a lot is to connect my PC to my camera so that when I'm recording, I plug it in, and that way I can see, instead of just having the camera run separately, I can plug it in and then it'll come up on my PC, and then I can see what the screen shows. But when I was purchasing a camera, one of the things that was really important to me, I am butchering this thing trying to work with it one hand, but one of the things that was really important was this articulating tilt out screen so that when I'm recording I could see myself. So it comes in handy because I find that you don't want to be watching the computer screen to see what you look like. So I sort of use this, you know, I look into the lens, but I can always just check to see that it's still in focus, or you know how the color looks on this tilt out screen here. So that comes in handy, especially like for doing selfies and sometimes even portraits of products. If they're tilting down, I can always just angle this so that it tilts in whatever direction that I need it to, so I can get a good shot. And then up here, I don't have one yet, but my next purchase is going to be a microphone. So I want to get a microphone that kind of sits in this hot shoe up here, so that I can get better sound quality. For now, for the most part, I'm not sitting too far away from my camera, but there are times where I am doing like a product demonstration, I need to be a little bit further away, so it's good to just have a microphone. So that will be my next purchase. So this is my Canon camera that I use mostly for my streams. This is the main view. So this sits up here and it records and gets sent to my computer through this little cable at the side. So I have both of my cameras plugged in here so that I can get the dual feed from my two cameras. And then it's also good to have a backup camera, because sometimes if one or the other camera doesn't work, I can always just switch between the two so that I always have something set up and ready. I can always just swivel this one to the right so that it is in line with that tripod, and I can just increase the height of that tripod. So basic tips. You don't need to have all these tools, of course. As I said, you can just have your camera resting on something on your desk. You can for a long time I just rested my Logitech camera on top of my computer. You know, you don't need to buy a lot of gadgets. Just try to use what you have. Focus on having natural light. Do most of your videos and your recordings in the day, and then at night, then it does come in handy. You can have just a regular lamp. The bulb that I use is a daylight bulb, so it gives you a cooler light, so it's not so yellow, and you can kind of see the products a little better. So I try to use these 500 Kelvin daylight bulbs. This one is dimmable. I do have a little dimmer contraption on it so that when I turn the light on, you know, the lamp itself doesn't dim. But if I want to have more control over the brightness, let's see if I can do it in a way that you can see. I can dim it like this, or increase the brightness like that. So it does give me a little bit, slightly more control over the brightness of the lamp. But all of these are just extra tools that I have to make life easier. I didn't buy everything at once. I slowly, like, I added, I think the first thing I got was the camera. For years I just rocked it on top of my PC, and then I bought the tripod, and then I bought the light because I found I was doing more recording at night. And then I just got this tripod this year. So, you know, start small, work your way up. And if you can, just use what tools are available to you until you can upgrade. Most PCs also have a camera built in. So I do have this camera as a backup as well. It doesn't do 1080p, but it is good if you just want basic filming. So you can use your computer's built-in camera as well. But yeah, so that's basically the walkthrough of my room, where I live, and how I work. Bye guys. Thanks. So that's it. So that is my room tour. I gave you a quick tour of everything that I have in my room, and then all of my gadgets and accessories. So a couple of things I cannot stress enough, you know, please don't feel like you have to go out and get all of this stuff right now. Second of all, if you have questions about any of this stuff, feel free to either drop them in the chat box or send me a message. I did link all of the products if you want to learn more about any of these products, or you know, add them to your wish list for the future. That's how I shop. I put things on my dream board or on my wish list, and you know, some of this stuff was on my Christmas wish list that my family would get for me. Some of it was stuff that I saved up for. The Canon M50, the camera that you're on right now, if you guys remember, the one that's like front and center, that was actually something that I saved up my leadership earnings and purchased. So you know, please don't feel like you have to go out and get all of this stuff. This is just what I use and how I set up, but I hope that this gave you an idea of how you can create your own video setup when you're recording. Some of the most important things to have, like I said, was the light. Having good lighting. You could do this on your phone, or you know, a lower quality webcam. It doesn't have to be 1080p. It could be a lower quality if you have better lighting. So lighting is really the key. So you can kind of recreate all of these things on a budget if you have to. I started off that way. You saw my little dimmable bulb. That was the original ring light before I had an official ring light. So work with what you got, make what you have work. That's the most important thing, as well as just getting out there and doing it. You guys have been along with me on this journey, so you've gotten to see how I've grown and how I've learned to do things differently, but it's 100% a process. Even this daily live stream that I'm doing, I've been learning and processing along the way. And one of the reasons I do like to have this set up the way it is so that when I do have a live stream, I mean, now I'm doing it daily, so it's even more important. But when I'm doing live streaming, whether it's training with my team, live on Thursdays with Milagros, or you know, webinars or vlogging, it's easier for me to just have everything in place already, so that I don't have to take everything out, set it up, and then pack it all away when I'm ready. So a huge thing for me was having a desk that's in front of the window so that I can just plunk my camera down. Or even if I don't have the tripods, like I said, I'll take that 920 Logitech camera and I'll just prop it on top of my desktop so that I can, you know, start recording without having to go through setting everything up. So look at what's important to you, and make what you have work for you and in your setup. My key things: lighting, and not having to take it all down and start again. So, because I've done that. You guys have seen my old setup. I used to have to put up a table, the tablecloth, the lights, the cameras. I used to have a pink backdrop with lights. So it was like a 1 hour get ready process, and I just not about that life. So if you like to have your space like free of all this stuff, feel free, go to town. Share with us like what you do, and you know, take pictures, share on your social media using our hashtag. If you don't know it, I'm gonna drop it here, here in a little bit, so that you can tag me so that I can see the stuff that you're coming up with, and then we can get some conversation going with each other. So any questions before I close out? Milagros says she's going to work on her setup. I hope this helps give you some ideas, Milagros. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super complicated. You could just work with what you got. But I know, Milagros, you've got that beautiful window, and you've got some amazing Florida light coming in through that window. So yeah, I'm glad to see you utilizing that. I'm glad you found it helpful. Tracy asked if I use a live streaming service like StreamYard. Okay, so the streaming services, that's what do you call it? I would say like software. So the software varies. For the most part, on Thursdays, when I do Thursdays Live with Milagros, I use StreamYard. I think that is a really great, easy way if you want to do a quick stream, especially for the format that Milagros and I have, where it's like I don't want to say interview style, but like conversational, like a dialogue between two people. StreamYard is a great tool. And we actually use the free version of that. So you can get the free version. If you want to have like added banners and stuff like what I have here on weekends, you can also do that with StreamYard as well with the paid version of it. I will say though that when I'm streaming live on YouTube for this program, you can just stream straight to YouTube. They have tools built in where you can set up a stream, but I'll be honest with you, what I use is a program called OBS. I actually started to talk about that in the video, but it's a whole other thing. So I didn't dive into it too much, but I use a program called OBS. O as in umbrella, B as in boy. Did I say umbrella? O as in orange, B as in boy, S as in stream. I'm reading other things and talking, not a good idea. But OBS allows you to connect all of your different cameras, your different surfaces. I like it because I can control both cameras from one place, in addition to sometimes you'll see me like how I just switched to that video, or sometimes you guys will see me switch to the desktop. I can just plug all of those things into OBS as different scenes, and then I can just click back and forth to transition. I can use my keyboard, I can use my mouse, but for me I like OBS because first of all it's free software, and second of all it's just easy to upload all the things that you're going to use, all of your scenes, whether it's different cameras or different desktop applications or videos, or even photos, and then you can add in so much. And then I think the best part about it is that I can have the chat box in the same program. So right now I'm in OBS watching you guys. When you guys see me look down, I'm sort of looking at the OBS desktop, and then as a matter of fact, why don't I just let you guys see what I'm looking at behind the scenes. So I'm just taking that Logitech camera, that second camera that I have, and I'm using OBS to, nope, not doing it. It doesn't want to do it. All right, let's try this one more time. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate. It has to like be set up before. There we go. There we are. So this is the OBS program. So you can see as you guys do different activities, whether it's subscribing, I can see you on this side, so I can shout you out. That's over here. Over here. I can control audio and all of that good stuff. I can change scenes on this side. So if you guys see over here, first of all of your comments are here. So in the same program, I don't have to keep switching back and forth between YouTube and the video. I can just see all of your comments happening here. And then I can, of course, switch back and forth between the scenes. So you guys see how it switches from me to the desktop. So that just, I just like having that ability to control everything in one. And yes, Milagros freeze for me. So I do like the OBS streaming service for that. And so that's the program that I started to use since I've been doing live stream. But if you're just going to be doing YouTube videos, if you don't want to have all the added infixtions, just click on, go into YouTube, set up a stream. You can also live stream in Facebook, and it's even easier in Facebook. You just click live and then you go live. So take advantage of those free stuff. And then as you get comfortable, work your way up. You guys see sometimes we have some technical difficulties, but that's just the norm. It happens to everyone, from huge corporations and companies with a lot of tech to us little guys. So don't let that hinder you, and don't feel like you need to start with all of this. I literally I've been using OBS for a few years. I actually started using it for another project, and I thought, hey, this would be good for my streaming. And then I started to add in like the chat box and the activity log literally this month. So as you grow, you'll learn, and you'll continue to grow that way. So Tracy, I hope that answers your question. I don't see any other questions in the chat box. So if you do think of something after the stream is over, that's okay. I do come back and I read the comments, so you can either leave it in the comments box below, or if you prefer to email me, if it's maybe a longer message, you know, feel free to email me, Georgiana plus live at bossladies.com. I really do need to like have that in here somewhere. I will add that in so that you guys can see live, but it's also in the description box below, my email, so feel free to reach out. I'd love to get your comments and your responses and your feedback and your ideas. And this video is a 100% viewer commenter request. Milagros requested to see the backdrop, so you guys see, when you ask questions, I do my best to answer. So if you have questions or something you want to know, let me know and I will make a video for you, or at least answer. Okay, so Tracy says she's going to work on doing her videos. Yes, you can, Tracy, 100%. Invite me. I'll be more than happy to join. I like to watch because I don't have to get glammed up in order to attend. So yes, Miss Tracy, let me know when your video is going up, and I would love to be your guest. And I'm sure other ladies here would love to attend. You know, we're a community here. Just we talk and we chat and we learn and grow from each other. That's what this is all about. So I guess that if there are no more questions, again, I hope this video helped. This video will be available for replay, so you can always go back and watch. And as I said, I added all of the products to the description box below, so you can either purchase them, or you can add them to your wish list for future purchase, or you can compare and see if you can't get other stuff that works better for you and your budget and your time schedule, the size of your space, whatever. But it's all there for you. Now tomorrow's a big night. Tomorrow I think is probably, Thursdays are my favorite nights because it is our Cancer Awareness Fundraiser Day. Woo! Thursdays are Think Pink Thursdays. I gotta get like purple balloons, pink and purple balloons or something. But Think Pink Thursday is tomorrow at 8 p.m. So be sure to join me, invite your friends. Let's get everyone together. I'm gonna be sharing some new products with you guys. And I love to do it because it is the day where we devote the whole time to fundraising for the American Cancer Society, which is an organization that is near and dear to my heart and the hearts of many people. So we're trying to get some funds raised for them this September so that we can reach our goal for October. So join me in that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on my channel, Georgiana H. And of course, I didn't mention it today, but if you don't remember, be sure to subscribe so that you'll be alerted of, you'll get the alerts for all of the videos, all of our events, and everything that we're doing here together. And if you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to click the like button below so that I know. And of course, I'll be more than happy to do more of these kinds of videos for you. Thank you guys for watching. Yes, Millie, Think Pink. Good stuff. All right, everyone, have a great night, and I'll see you